If you're a licensed drone pilot, every 2 years you're required to complete your FAA recurrent training to keep flying legally. It's free, it's online, and it takes about 2 hours. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly who needs to do it, how to do it, and answer the questions you're probably already thinking about. Let's start with who this actually applies to. If you fly purely for personal enjoyment, hobby flying, nothing connected to any business, you're operating under recreational rules, and this doesn't apply to you. But here's where a lot of people get tripped up. The FAA's definition of commercial is broader than just getting paid. If your flight in any way furthers a business, even your own, that's considered non-recreational and falls under Part 107. Selling footage, doing client work, using your drone to promote your brand, even volunteering drone services for a nonprofit. The FAA's rule of thumb is, when in doubt, assume Part 107. And if you're watching this because you're studying for your initial Part 107 exam, welcome. This doesn't apply to you yet, but it's good to know what's ahead. So, you have your Part 107, you're flying commercially, and it's been 2 years. Here's what you need to know before we get into the process. Your Part 107 remote pilot certification itself doesn't expire. It's a permanent credential. What does expire every 24 calendar months is your currency. That's the FAA's term for your active authorization to fly under Part 107. All right, let's walk through the process. Head to FAASafety.gov. If you've been through this before, just log in. If you're creating an account for the first time, be aware the temporary password email can take up to 10 minutes to arrive. Just wait it out. Once you're in, you need to find the right course. The one you're looking for is Part 107 Small UAS Recurrent. Enroll and you're in. The training is made up of several modules covering airspace, weather, regulations, emergency procedures, and aeronautical decision making. It includes topics like crew resource management and the attitude traps that get pilots into trouble. It's more substantive than you might expect. I'd plan for about 2 hours total, but you can break it up if you need to. Once you've worked through the modules, you'll be taken to the exam. It's 45 multiple choice questions and you have 90 minutes to complete it. You need 100% to pass, but if you get something wrong, you go back, find the right answer, and resubmit. There's no penalty for an incorrect answer, and you can reference the course material while you're taking the test. Once you pass, you can download your certificate of completion and have it emailed to you. Make sure you keep a copy somewhere accessible. Clients and insurers may ask to see it, so having it in your flight kit is a good habit. From the date on that certificate, your 24-month clock starts over. So set a reminder on your phone 22 or 23 months out, and just make sure you give yourself a buffer so recertification is never something you're scrambling to do before a shoot. Okay, a few questions that I had going into this and that you're probably thinking about right now. What if I'm way beyond my 2 years? Do I need to retake the initial Part 107 exam? The answer is no. It doesn't matter how long you've been lapsed. Your certificate is still valid. You just complete the recurrent training and your authorization to fly is restored immediately. The recurrent course is all you need. But how will the FAA even know if I've done it or not? Honestly, this is less about the FAA knowing and more about what happens if something goes wrong. If you're involved in an incident while your currency is lapsed, you're flying in violation of federal regulations. That means your insurance policy, which almost certainly requires a current Part 107, could deny your claim. It also means potentially FAA enforcement action. So the recurrent training exists to make you a safer, more informed pilot. Having it current is your way of staying professional, and it does give you some protection if things go sideways. If the exam is open book, why not just Google the answers and get through it faster? You can, nothing is stopping you, but these topics like airspace, weather, decision-making under pressure are the things that keep you and everyone else in the airspace safe. 2 hours to sharpen all of that for free every 2 years, that's a pretty good deal. I say you use it. But that's going to do it. Links to the course and everything mentioned in this video are in the description below. I'll see you in the next one.